individual skill is easier to gain, but then when you want the team skill, it's harder. You have to work harder for that, and you need the support from the team and everything. So
yeah, but as we talk about this order, learning a certain level of individual gameplay, it feels like when you focus on this first and then the team play, I also believe that in the end you're gonna learn faster than you directly start to try to excel at everything, try to copy the tactics when you even can't execute some of the basic things like hiding your chest behind a wall when you shoot. You always show your chest or something, and you try to make some complex tactics when you are making basic mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think we found a good compromise that we both can agree. But one kind of interesting format in between is, for example, the gathering or the Swede format, where I think it's a good 50-50 balance between these two. Maybe the team play isn't so complex. It's more like good communication and good roles if you don't play like all rounds, but as you told, there is usually one sniper and some other roles. So I feel like that is a good format, which is a mixture.
Yeah, it is, and it is something we played a lot when we wanted, or when we trained a lot, like a couple of years back when we really trained hard, or for 2011 Worlds or 2016 US Nationals. It is easy to train with because you only need 6 guys, so it is easy to get the training going, and it is good because you get a lot of repetition. Every single event is going to happen a lot of times. You get a lot of duels, you get a lot of going behind a wall, taking the base. So yeah, for a lot of newer players, if you have the possibility, I would say that is a good game to train with, because you get the small team play with 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, and then you get a lot of individual skill and knowledge, and you see the different patterns happening in the games.
Actually, when I watch the gathering videos, replays of some of the top teams, I was let's say lucky enough or happy to talk about or to be playing with Kutamo and Yor in the gathering in 2015, and when I compare the communication between our team and many of the other teams, is that I feel like our communication was quite predictive. We said one approaching near the line, and we said the Swedes also say is he positioning himself to the outside or the inner side corner of the base, and saying things like he's waking up in 2 seconds or he's waking up in 4 seconds. Small things, but when these things add up and you have a good player of analyzing that, he might be able to make a better decision based on that extra.
Yeah, that's true. I completely agree, and that's a really long discussion we also can have, and maybe we can take it later. That how much talk do you need? Because when I listen to some teams, they scream a lot, and they scream maybe too much information.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fine line, giving detailed information, but short enough.
Yeah. Sometimes less is more in terms of information.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true. Actually, what we could do now is the lottery for the elimination.
Yay, Slanesh, are you there?
Who? Lotteriet. So here we have a Tough Viking bag. I think both of us have been racing that. I've raced that once. You probably multiple times?
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, so not that many times, but it is a good competition. If you find yourself in the Nordics and you like obstacle courses, Tough Viking. It's not a sponsor, but it's a good event.
and the name is like it requires some level of athleticism, but maybe not so much as the name says. So it's a fun event. Try that once in your life. But
okay.
So if we do 50-50, if you hold the back first, and I'll pick the first teams.
Yeah.
So
slot number 1.
Let's see that. Slot number 1 goes to to GP.
Nice. Yeah. Well, elimination for us is an important event. It's something we don't always excel at, but we're looking forward to it.
Next one is honey badgers from New Zealand. Some players got really upset. Like, yeah, it's an arranged lottery. And now, my team, the Legacy. Woo!
Yeah, Honey Butchers. I don't know you. I'm sorry, I don't have that much to say. Legacy won the elimination actually.
Finnish
nationals.
champions.
Yes.
Finnish champions.
Reigning Finnish champions. So looking forward to that game.
Soon to be world champions. Dabel from France. One of the teams highlighted by Matisse. Should we change for a while?
Yeah,
so
we can.
You
Exciting.
can be the tough Viking for a while. I'll just be your support.
SFP, a strong elimination team.
Strong team in general. Like, they have excellent team play, a long history of playing together, and they are good of making surprises.
Yeah, and a good sniping team also. So. Then we have Spectre team from France. Do you have? I don't have that much knowledge, but was it a home side team?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I expect them to be good, especially in the beginning with finding lines and long shooting lanes inside the arena. Identity crisis. Well, what can I say? US Nationals 2016. We'll see you at Wells.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Really good elimination team, smart team, and I think they played long together. So, and that's important in elimination.
Shanklin is loving you. Australia 2, which is actually Australia number 1 this time, I would say. Yeah, cool to see. How will they place? Because I think all of them, or most of them, have experience of playing Worlds, actually. French Touch, team with, I guess, 3 female players, actually.
So we have to bench Milky for that game.
Yeah. Milky is taking notes.
Then we have Majestic 5. Annoying elimination team. They can pull out some crazy tactics, and they are not afraid of anyone. They can go up to anyone and play their own game. So it is a really good elimination team.
Yep. Cobras. I have some experience of these guys, and I think many of the guys don't know about this team from Europe and from US. But it is a strong team. I know it's gonna be a strong team. I know many of the players will underestimate them.
Yeah, and that's a discussion we're gonna go, especially for the main event with Cobras. So let's see.
Belfort's Lions. I like that.
Yeah,
but probably they are brave too.
Yeah.
So you can take the final.
The final one, which is Stockholm.
08.
Yes, UK and Mortlin teaming up once again. I think the same goes as for Gothenburg. They're not gonna be afraid of anyone. They're gonna play their own game.
Yeah.
And I think they are having a better chance in elimination than in main competition to maybe bring up to a final spot.
And for your knowledge, because of the grid structure, we have to do the lottery 3 times for Elim and 3 times for comp. Actually, 2 times for Elim. but so that we don't repeat exactly the same games again. So get a bit of variance and let's do this.
Yes. SFP.
Ooh, maybe winner of the second round if you win the first one.
Yeah, so in elimination you play two group stages, and then you have the final that's Ascension style. Specta team from France.
And in Ascensions, you just have to make sure you never place third. So 2 of the teams will advance.
Legacy,
the champion team.
we'll see. Identity Crisis. And then the last one in this game, first game of the second round, is gonna be double. So SFP taking on two French teams in the first game.
Hold it for a while. Cobras from New Zealand. I know they have been practicing a lot. That's why one of the things I would be a bit aware of. Honey Badgers, also from New Zealand. I actually don't know so much about them. I think some of them have participated in the Worlds.
Yeah, Moomin is saying it's not Ascensions in Elim. Can you Kutamo scroll down?
Okay, maybe it's Worlds Unified.
Yeah.
Okay, it's also Worlds Unified. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. So that's a different system. I'm gonna explain it in a while. Thanks for the request to correct that, and sorry from my part. Australia 2.
Yeah, one question that I actually don't know about is, do they play in Australia elimination 1 shot second or 2 shots?
I think they don't play elimination currently. No,
okay.
It's not a thing there. So,
okay.
They were discussing about it.
Yeah, in their podcast. Yeah, that's true.
So Belfort Lions is the next team, and I can hold the back for you.
Nice.
But basically, yeah.
Majestic 5.
But the main difference between the Ascensions and
GP,
not GP, but Worlds Unified, is that in Worlds Unified you get a bit of advantage from winning the games as well.
French touch.
Yeah, so winning is gonna give you a bit of advantage in the games.
Stockholm from Sweden, again last. I'm sorry Pilan, don't be mad at me. But yeah, so basically you play these two group stages in elimination, and then we count the scores in total, and you will be placed in the final grid here. So when you win, if you win a game that you're placed into, you will skip the next game or 2 games. Yeah. So you get that advantage, so you can relax and take a breather. In normal Ascensions, you would not get that like pause. You would just play every game from last place to first if you started in the first game. So.
And also another important is that same as in double elimination is somebody mentioning that Stockholm was last again. But same as in double elimination, in here you have kind of 2 tracks. So every other game is kind of an upper track game, and every other game is a lower track game. And if you win the upper track game, you're gonna gain your spot in the next upper track game. And in those games, you cannot be swept out. So you have one chance to prove that you are number 1 again, and by that you win a secure spot in the next upper group game.
Yeah, and especially here in Worlds, when we have the finals on its own day, on Friday, I like this system because otherwise, if you come in cold into a game, the other ones have just played some games before you, they come in warm, so it's not unusual for the cold team, even if they place better in the group stage, they are not ready for this game mentally or physically, and that way they will get eliminated from the game. So I like this, that even if you're not completely, of course you should be completely prepared, but